Zambia has one of the highest rates of deforestation in the world. Every year, massive tracts of forest are cut down for agriculture and to feed the illegal charcoal industry. Lloyd Maanyina is one of many Zambians forced to use coal for affordable energy at home and as a source of income.
I cut down so many trees, but I can't count.
But in the last few years, he has begun on a new path.
I know that I was created for a purpose. What was really important was payback time to nature.
Zambia, a landlocked country in southern Africa, is home to abundant wildlife, multiple ecosystems, natural water sources, and vast open spaces. Over 65% of this lush country is covered in forest and woodlands. But this is changing. With one of the world's fastest growing populations and over 2/3 of Zambians living in poverty, the stress on the natural environment is growing. The UN estimates Zambia is now losing up to 300,000 hectares of forest every year. The destruction of woodlands for agriculture and charcoal production are the leading causes. With the privatization of the country's electricity supply, huge price hikes have left many Zambians with no choice but to find alternative means of energy. And so the industry in charcoal has boomed, leading to the mass clearance of forest across the country.
I did become a charcoal burner because I literally had nothing to do at that time. When I decided to join the family members that were already in charcoal burning, that was the only alternative that I was left with. Apart from a small-scale farming, which could not sustain us. So we resorted into charcoal burning as a way of sourcing money. Because with us it was life. Without charcoal burning, then it meant no life. And looking at the time that I spent burning charcoal, I cut down so many trees that I can't count. I don't know the number, but it's just too numerous. In 20 years' time, are we really going to have a forest remaining? There is something that I have to do for this world, because I know that I was created for a purpose, and not a purpose of destruction. So I decided to grow at least a quite big nursery.
It was here in Livingston that his dream finally started unfolding. Lloyd started a small tree sapling nursery in the backyard of the house, which he named Amazing Grace.
Initially, it wasn't going to be something that I would do for selling. It was just a desire to plant trees because of the trees that I did cut down. What was really important was payback time to nature. We planted trees, we've been watering them. Me and my wife have had the support of my family.
Making the nursery financially sustainable is a struggle, and Lloyd's wife Charity is the main breadwinner in the home. She runs a creche for local children.
Make a line. They go and sit on the mat. Here at Amazing Grace, we have also this nursery here behind, and the kids. So we do two things at one place. Mirimo ngwazata yakulela banyike babandende hanongana tulina banyike bakweta mu 45 hano bene ashikola yetu.
Charity has been living here in Livingstone for quite a long time. I met her when I came in 2007 at church. She means a lot. She's my best half.
This is our nursery here. It has a lot of plants. Okay. Yetulufuelelo lwetu luli hakumona ngwetu mukutumba bitondo omu imbatuka tweshina kulandisa halikumbi oloze tunakulandisanga bene ngocho kwesekesa no mndo chikuhashilanga kana tunamono ngwetu batu balimona kuwahilira chikoma mukutumba bitondo bize.
Spinach.
So kujina chamiyami kechitulongese batu kutumba bitondo bangana bitondo byetu kanda nabikuma koko kuwaha chitwalilireho bafume mukocha makala ini bafume mukwecha kwenyeka misenge mangana batu tuhasa kutumba bitondo kupwanga kahana kuteta bitondo na tulikafisa oloze tukatochikubitumba koko kumakumishirira tukahona imba chitondo muno mulifuchiri yetu ya Zambia.
Although Lloyd's nursery is growing, his conservation efforts are not yet yielding financial results, and he and Charity are still forced to use the energy source Lloyd campaigns against: charcoal.
Nowadays, we have a lot of people, a lot of organizations that are talking about saving the planet or creating awareness on climate change in relation to trees.
One such organization is an international environmental NGO called Greenpop, who mobilize volunteers around the world to plant trees where they are most needed. When they first came to Zambia 5 years ago, South African Greenpop founder and director Misha Teasdale needed to purchase trees and went to visit Lloyd's nursery.
Cool.
Welcome to Amazing Grace.
Got some guava trees.
Yeah.
Where are the pawpaws and the mangoes, yeah?
Mangoes have been sowed. Was just planted pawpaw seeds
Okay.
some 4 days ago.
Wow, these are looking really healthy, hey? Look at this one. This is amazing.
We still need extra attention,
Yeah.
some spraying to be done, a little bit of fertilizer so that they look beautiful.
Our mission really is to reconnect people with nature, immersing people in a natural environment by connecting with each other and by giving people practical, sustainable learnings so that they can apply those learnings in their own lives.
Initially, I was informed that Greenpop was only interested in buying tree seeds. But on the same day that I met with Misha, so we decided to settle for a certain amount. Now, under Greenpop, I saw an opportunity, and I feel this is the rightful time for me. I decided to give 111 lemons to Greenpop so that we do the planting because of the passion that I had of planting trees, and I never had a piece of land to plant those trees.
That day, Lloyd planted over 100 lemon trees on Sons of Thunder Farm in Livingston, in what has become the symbolic start of the next step in his journey, starting his own NGO.
EcoGreen is a non-government organization based in Livingston. It's an organization that is planting trees, raising awareness on climate change. It was quite difficult for us to get on the ground because there were a lot of things that we did not realize were needed.
Kujina chami kuri Lloyd na EcoGreen izi kukola na kulongesa watu evi tunakulinga na etu ngwetu keshina chihashika mutu wosena achilinge.
The so-called EcoGreen to be where it is now, without charities' financial help, I don't think I would have been able to be talking about EcoGreen this time. She has helped a lot in difficult situations, difficult circumstances. Yeah, sometimes there are frictions. Why don't you leave this so-called EcoGreen and do something else? Previously you were working, at least you used to help out. But nowadays you don't seem to be doing anything. You are concentrating on something that is not bringing any income.
Times were particularly hard when Lloyd started the eco work. With little or no money coming in, Lloyd had to turn to painting work in Livingston to help contribute towards expenses.
Tunakuwananga ukalu hamwe momo yabanyike inge business ngwechukulinganga ko yakulela abanyike hakumona ngwetu mukutumba bitondo omu imbatuka tweshina kulandisa halikumbi.
There are times when I feel running out of energy. But nature sacrifices for us to be where we are, to be what we are. This is the Zambezi River. These waters that are flowing in this river mainly come from rains. Trees help a lot in the formation of clouds and subsequently rain. Without rainfall, we will have no rivers flowing. Where will the fish be? Where will the crabs be? Nowhere.
The rapid rates of deforestation must be addressed for the health of Zambia's environment as a whole, and the time to act is now. Trees are vital for life. They play a crucial role in the water cycle. They absorb greenhouse gases that fuel global warming. They keep soil moist by blocking the sun, produce oxygen, and absorb carbon. Activists like Lloyd are needed to help stop the downward spiral before it's too late. Lloyd Maanyina was once an illegal charcoal burner, cutting down countless trees. But he knew he had to stop and resolved to pay back his debt to nature. And so began his journey as a tree planting activist. He established a tree nursery in Livingston and founded a local NGO called EcoGreen.
Now that I've gone into, planting trees, there are a lot of hands that are needed to come and help, to find means to reach out to people that are in our communities that are basically dependent on charcoal for energy.
In his mission to build eco-green, Lloyd has sought out collaborations with other NGOs. International organization Greenpop has been working in Zambia for many years and are dedicated to working with local activists like Lloyd, enabling them to have further reach and impact in their work. Lloyd follows in the footsteps of another Zambian, Benjamin Benga. Uncle Ben, as he is known, is the country director of Greenpop in Zambia and has been campaigning for reforestation for over 30 years.
Look at this tree. Don't you call this bleeding? This is certainly bleeding. And you know, this has been cruel to our environment. This has been cruel to the trees. If this continues, then we've had it. Really, to say the truth, I cannot just sit there and watch. Even if it means one person, I think things have to be started by one person, and those that are interested will join us.
Uncle Ben has become a source of support for Lloyd, who often seeks his counsel.
Are you there? Yes, please. Cool. Place quiet. It's been a while. Imagine. A lot of things have been happening.
Very nice to see you. Wow. After a long time. Oh, please have a seat.
As Eco-Green, I've been struggling. Yes, we've done a few activities here and there, but we've been unable to attract a lot of hands to come and help in. How have you managed to be a environmental conservationist for the past 2-3 decades?
Well, Lloyd, it takes a bit of time, a long time.
Sure.
I think perseverance is one of them. The other is just to love what you do. Okay. Of course, you're going to meet all these obstacles on the way, and obstacles sometimes vary. It can people trying to, change what you're doing and so on, and you get people like that.
Some certain sections of society say that we cannot support Eco-Green because Eco-Green is more like competing with Greenpop. But in my view, I think that's not the case. I don't know how you look at it yourself.
Lloyd, Greenpop is a very small institution, and the environmental issues that we cover are really huge. And that is the reason why we cannot say, because there's Greenpop, then we can't have another. Look, we are not everywhere. We are only somewhere, and we cover a very little space. So I think we need a bit more of people so that we can tackle this problem of the environment at a broader way. But also, us as indigenous, we must stand up and be counted.
If there was a way, I could propose a partnership, a collaboration where Eco-Green and Greenpop would work hand in hand.
I think this is what we're exactly doing even here. Okay. I think this is a start of actually working together because we've got so much in common. All that we do is just to try to look at what you have, what we have. We have done a bit of that in the past, but I think we just have to do a little more. And I think it's a high time that we started transferring, and this is what we are trying to do, to transfer our knowledge into you so that we can carry our flag up. There's a lot that you know that I may not know. And the bit that I know, I must give it to you. And then in that way, all of you will be moving together.
Thank you, Uncle Benji.
You're welcome.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, as usual.
Sure,
Thank you.
That coming here.
You're welcome anytime, all the time.
I was going to have a relief.
Yes, mind you, you never even told me that you are coming, but because that is our tradition, you just come in anytime.
No, we'll never stop coming to the source of our wisdom.
No, thank you so much. Thanks a lot, Lloyd.
You're welcome.
Please, sir.
You don't look people straight in their eyes. I'll help you to come to this circle on time.
Today is the first day of Greenpop's annual Festival of Action, and as is tradition, visitors are taken to see an illegal charcoal kiln.
The whole thing, otherwise.
It's okay there in terms of, we must ask them.
Yeah, they will guide us.
I just thought that I should introduce you to this forest you are in. This is Dambwa Reserve Forest. Please take this as your own forest. It is your own forest because it affects you wherever you come from.
You guys, we should sit down at some point and see how we can be planting these trees that we are cutting down. Can you see the rate at which the forest is diminishing? How about our children, our grandchildren? They will still want to benefit from these trees, but we are finishing them.
Alongside educating volunteers about charcoal, Lloyd has become a key facilitator in Greenpop's series of workshops in local farming communities.
It's one organization that has been working in there in Malango. Their projects have not been succeeding.
Lloyd is translating since I don't speak the local language, and is encouraging the communities to be able to value and take care of their resources.
So it's the aspect of the sense of ownership which we have inculcated in these workshops that I think and believe that there is hope that this will be a success. Because they are the ones that spearheaded the project, we have no sense of ownership. So even animals like our cattle are destroying the dam. That is the example of spoon feeding. Now I'm out teaching the communities on the importance of trees and maybe alternative sources of income so that people start to realize that out of the trees, in one way or the other, by promoting trees, you can still make money. People appreciate that indeed change is there. Change can be achieved as long as one is focused.
Come a long way, and this year's been...
From providing tree saplings to becoming a community facilitator, Lloyd's involvement in Greenpop's work has grown. As the annual Festival of Action draws to a close, Misha visits Lloyd to discuss their work in future.
We have to sit down and see how we can get connected, for sure. It's been pretty difficult for me and the EcoGreen to work in isolation. And you guys, as Greenpop, you have the tools, you have the power to bring in a lot of volunteers to come and help so that this thing can go ahead in the right direction.
One thing that's been really exciting, and I think it's going to be a great opportunity for us, is your understanding of the local landscape really helps the legitimacy of what we're trying to do. So it isn't us just coming in here and kind of bulldozing our development ideas. It's consulting with local people like yourself and coming up with a framework that really supports a long-term vision and hopefully making you an integral part of that vision. So it's a joint vision, it's a partnership.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
I think that'd be great.
I can see that the relationship is growing from time and again. Yeah.
I think you have so much value to add beyond the trees. I feel like in a landscape like this, we can plant a lot of trees, but Zambia needs more than that. It needs individuals to stand up and really shine. And you're showing those colors, which is incredible.
Thank you. Given an opportunity
to work, I would really want to put my energy so that we achieve the best.
Almost 5 years to the day, Lloyd and Misha returned to the site where it all began, Sons of Thunder, a mission-owned farm on the outskirts of Livingston where they planted their first lemon trees together.
Yes, journeys have been made, but someone told me that 1,000 miles journey begins with a step. And it is until when you have taken quite a long distance that you're going to realize that, oh, I'm now moving, and this is the step that I've taken. This is historic.
Let me have a look.
Here.
Should we slice it?
This was a mere bush when we came to plant this citrus fruit. Me, I was born to be successful in life, and I still maintain that even today. This is just the beginning.
Greenpop is leaving town until next year, but with their working agreements in place, Lloyd and EcoGreen's work is just beginning.
It's been a long journey, but when you have a dream, when you have a passion of doing something, you die with it. You don't let it die out of yourself.
History is incredible. I mean, he started as a charcoal burner, now he's a full-time environmentalist. So I think he's a good example of people that can change from one scenario to another.
I still have a good number of years to live on this earth. And within that time frame, I have to work extra hard to leave that impact before I die. I will never stop paying back my debt to nature.